This is the Irontrader. It is Tuesday morning. So as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. Now, a couple things we have to look at. First thing this morning at 8:30 is going to be the CPI report. So you can really see like the NASDAQ is selling down here. So we got to see how that's going to shake out. That's going to measure that inflation. So you want to be very, very sharp and pay attention to that CPI report today at 8:30. Next thing is the crude API report will be out today at 4:30. So we want to be attentive to that to see how that's going to shake out. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, daily and weekly chart. Let's take a look here on a daily. Okay, I bigger up a little bit. Now, yesterday we had a candle, came all the way down to 75.54. You say, why did it come down here? We'll always look to the left of the chart. What do we see? 75.52. See how that is? See how nice that support held? Okay, see, so that's what you want to look at. So that was your basically like a double bottom situation in play. It ran right on up here, but you've got strong resistance here overhead. Okay, so today so far you made a higher high. So we got to see if it can hold. The key is going to be right here. See this 50 SMA? 77.31, very, very key. And then what we do is we look here to this 200 SMA here. You're sitting at, I'm going to dial it in a little bit here. Yeah, you're sitting at 77.44. That is going to be the key. So this one right here at 77.31, 77.44, and then right above it, we have this 21 day here sitting right there at 77.69. This is all going to be very, very crucial resistance. And then right above that, we have 78.15. And then obviously your retest is 79.29. But if it can't get through that, then we're going to sell right on down here. Very easy. Now, you can see how this pattern was here. This candle here it held that 8 SMA here for the week, went right on up here. The following week here, it went right into that 21 day. And then what we have? Big ass red candle, but it held that 200 day. Now, last week, you came just a little bit below it, but you held it, but you went right into that 50 day. See that? So it's like a ping pong kind of an action here. And then today we have right into the 50 to 21 day and to this 200 day. So this is all going to be key here today. If you can get above this key levels here, then as I say, on your 50 SMA here, that's going to be very, very crucial. That's 77.31, your 77.44, and then we have that 21 day, which is 77.69, and then we have your 78.15. But you can see how this 21 day is just right on over here. So we got to see if that's going to be able to crack through. Now, again, if we can crack through that, then we have a nice target up here of the retest of 79.29. But all depends on if it can get actually above it. This is why you want to trade the charts, because now you know exactly where it's going. Now, again, if you can get above that 79.29, well, we just looked here to the left of the chart. Well, the first is going to be this double top situation. You're looking at 79.60, and then we have 79.77. Okay, so that'll be your level. Then again, above, what we do is we hit this candle. You're looking at 81.05. And then we have right here, you're looking at 82.24. We have 82.83. And then we bring this price channel right straight across. And what do we have? 83.60. So that is going to be your next really big target. And then we can just follow these price channels all the way on up here. So what we have is you have 85.90, and then we follow right across, and you have 89.85. So we have when you look at these price channels as that price comes down, this is why you want to use price channel. It's very easy to see. Then that will be your big resistance, and then we have supplemental resistance here as we go on up here. But realistically, today is you need to close above. If you want to go higher, that's 77.44, that's 77.31, and then we key level up here at 77.70. Let's take a look here on the old downside. Now, if you can't get through all that, well, then what we do is we have to basically follow the candles down. So you want to look at today's low here, that 76.87 level. And then what we'll do is we'll come over to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 76.59. And then we can come here, 75.93. And then we look at yesterday's low, which is that 77.54. Again, if that's lost, Then what we do is we have your 75.08, your 21 day, and then we have your 8 SMA here at 75.02. And then this is critical on a weekly basis, okay, 74.51. But you can see how nice this 21 or 200 day, I should say, is moving right on up. Now your 8 days, see how nice that's curling right on up here. Very, very good. Now, again, even if this drops down, but as long as you're holding this key 200 SMA here, you're still looking really, really good here. But again, if this is all lost, then we'll come to the top of this candle. You're looking at 73.82, and then we have your nice key support here at 73.42. Now, you look at this 50-day. This is just like kind of rail on a downside, but now you can see how nicely it's leveling off here, and maybe it can even curl up. Got to see. Your RSI here, plenty of room to run on the upside. Look at here, okay? Clearly, your green is above your red. That shows you got good momentum. That's very, very bullish. This is the one I've always been watching because this is a little bit longer term. Your green is just above your red here, so that is bullish here. So the key is going to be on the upside if we can get above this key 50, that 200-day, and that key 21 SMA here, and then head for that 100-day. And then this is your big retest, 79.29. Now, again, if it pops all above there, we got to see what it's going to actually do when it gets up to that level. Because when you look to the left of the chart here, this was just a beautiful double top and beautiful short. So when it ran right on up, okay, then we always look for the retest once it comes down, and it retested it so nice with a lower low, because this was 79.77 and this was 79.60. That's just an absolute classic double top with a lower high. It tells me she's going really nice and low here. Okay, so realistically here, today should be a good day. Now remember, watch that API report here at 4:30, but that CPI measure on inflation is going to be very, very key level here, pretty much to the whole market, because that's going to determine, not really psychologically. I just don't think the Fed is going to raise any more than maybe 2 times this. I've cut 2 times more this year. I just don't see it. Inflation is still way high, okay? Because remember, they measure inflation ex food, autos, and energy. But now you're coming into the seasonality part here, where all that is coming into play, okay? So when you're looking at oil and gasoline and natural gas, this is coming into the play, the seasonality here now. Housing is the best time, is coming into play in the spring here. Travel, hotels, see, all that is coming into play right now. The hiring, okay, so see, when the Fed takes this all in consideration, I just don't think they're going to cut any more than twice this whole year if they do that, because inflation is still way, way high. So on the upside here, just real quick here, watch that 50 SMA here, watch this 200-day, the 21-day, and then your 100-day. If you can get all above that, 79.29 is your target. On the downside, watch today's low, 76.87. Watch this candle, 75.93, and then yesterday's low, 75.54. If that's lost, 75.07, 21-day, your 8 SMA here, 75.02, and then this is key here for on a weekly basis is this 74.51. One thing I do want to point out here, though, you can see this 21-day, how nicely you're above your 50-day, and you're headed right on up. And see this 8 SMA, it came down, but now she's curling up here really nice. So even if this sells down kind of situation, but holds this key support levels here, okay, even including this 8 SMA here on the weekly, this is going to be a very, very bullish chart here where you can take this thing much, much higher. Okay, let's see what goes on with net gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your hourly and your 4-hour chart. Now, you can just see here a series of lower highs and lower lows. That's never a good pattern that you want. Okay, so obviously today, again, we put in a new low at 1.73. Now, I don't have any position in natural gas. I just look to scalp this because, again, like today, you just keep putting in these lows, again. So you don't want to say, hey, I'm going to take a long or even take a short, for the simple reason is, on the short side, you could wake up here and natural gas could be all the way up here. So it's just too volatile for me. I just look at everything as risk reward. Crude oil, yes, I can do that. Different kind of stocks, oh yeah, that's not a problem. But here, this is just like yesterday. I made 11 points off that KOLD. I mean, there's always an opportunity. That's one thing. That's why I like trading natural gas. There's always an opportunity. So that's how you have to look at it. So we put in another lower low here, 1.732. So if this goes even lower, your next level is going to be 1.70. Okay, and then right below that, you got 1.64. You have 1.60, 1.52, and then the retest is 1.44. So you look at my video I made yesterday afternoon. Everything's posted for you at all the support levels and resistance levels at the end of the video. I do that after the pick close there, so that way you say, what did he say? What did he say? It's right there, posted right there for you. But right now here, this just is basically a really good scalping opportunity as far as the natural gas. It's just that there's nothing that says I can get a grip on here that says I'm going to take a long or short. Is just for me, it's just a scalp kind of situation. So another lower low again today. So when you look at this 4-hour chart here, a couple of things I just wanted to point out here to you. Okay, when you look at this chart here, see what a beautiful double top that was? Okay, with a lower high, that tells you got to get really short. Came down here, again, you look at this, nice double bottom. Okay, when it goes up, you never buy it here. You wait till you get the retest. It retested it. That was a nice scalp long. And then when we put in a tail, you got to know when to get out. Always look to the left of the chart, right in your resistance area. And it came down lower high. This was that contract roll, so you just stay right out of it until that rolls. And then look at what we got here, right off the old map here. That is where she's going. So I don't see really anything here. So, but again, on the upside, you want to get above this 1.78. Next level will be 1.84, and then we can work ourselves up to here to 1.96. But it's going to be very, very tough here because look at that. It's just stair stepping all the way down. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily. Okay, daily chart. Okay, there was that 3.64 here, like I showed you on the chart. Here's that nice double top situation with the lower high. Came all the way down. Now, this was the contract roll, and then she just keeps on going lower. Now, what do we have here is this it really needs to get above. If we just follow the candles up here, you have 1.78 here. We have 1.86. We have 1.88. But this is going to be the key right here. The level is this 8 SMA. This price needs to get back above that 8 SMA like we did here. Once you get it back above it, then she rolls. But you look at here, when that price stays below it, you're just fighting the damn thing the whole way. So that is just never good. That 8-day is a lot more important than what a lot of people think there. So if you can get above that key 8 SMA here, I'm not saying today, but I say if, whenever you can, then we follow the candles. You got 1.99 here. You have 2.04. You have 2.10. What do we have? 2.12. This is the key level at 2.16. That's your gap. Bottom here is your fill at 2.42. So this price is nothing until it gets above this 1.92 on the upside. Okay. Now, if you're just completely just shorting this down here, well, then you don't really care because that 8-day will keep on coming on down. But this is what you want to watch is that 8 SMA. When that price gets back above it, then that can be a nice, good long trade here till we get to your gap and then possibly fill. Now, there is a lot of resistance here in between. Okay, so you always got to watch the left of your chart. 2.23, 2.27, 2.29, 2.31, 2.32, and then we come here, 2.38, 2.4. That's all good. But realistically, once you get that 8 SMA, that shows you the sign that you're going to make a turnaround here. Now, there's nothing here, RSI here. This is just gone right on down. This was a divergence here at one time. This was where you put a low and then a higher low and then a lower there. But with that contract roll, it wasn't very strong, so there wasn't really nothing you got to pay attention to. The MACD, look at this. This is just, look at that. It looks like a fork all the way on down. Look at that. Until that green gets above that red here, like we have here, this is just going to keep on going lower until we find a bottom. Okay, let's look on a weekly and a monthly. Okay, weekly chart here. We had a really nice, good sideways action going on here. We had a double top situation right there and right there. Came right on down, but this is just absolutely selling. But the reason this is selling right after the contract roll is basically what the U.S. doing is they put a hold on these 13 pipelines here for LNG. Because remember, this is election year, trying to please everybody. So you want to try to please the climate change people that says, hey, we're not going to do no fossil fuels, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because realistically, what you're doing, if you look at crude oil, you're pumping the most out of any country in the world. You're doing 13.3 million barrels a day. So I don't know where this LNG, anytime you drill a well, you're going to have natural gas anyway. So when you go past a well, you see that flaring, that's flaring off natural gas. You got to flare it off, otherwise you're going to blow that freaking rig up. Okay, so bottom line, it makes no sense to me, but you're trying to please everybody. So always take that into consideration. This is election year. It's going to be a lot of volatility in both directions. Okay, so here on the monthly chart, we really need to get above on this price channel. See this? This is that 1.946. You need to get back up here and, like they say, get back into the game. Then we can start. The charts will start working even nicer here on the upside, and you'll have a reversal. So you have a low of 1.73. So basically what we do is we come to the left of the chart here. See, look up on top there. See your closing number, 1.70. That is going to be your next target. So, and then see, okay, on the closing number of that, 1.64. Then we'll come over here. You have 1.60, and then we have 1.52, and then your retest here of 1.44. So this is going to be your really big target. Now, again, if that's lost on a closing basis, it's man out the window time. I mean, that's going to go right down to a buck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I sure wouldn't want to be no natural gas guy, because I tell you, they're going to be losing their complete ass there now. So anyway, here's what we have here. So just watch that on the downside. On the upside, we want to watch that key 1.946. That is the key to get back above. But right now, I don't see any pattern here. We need a reversal candle where you have a higher low, or what we need here is a red dot where it blasts down and then closes up. Then you know you have a bottom. But right now, it's just a slow grind all the way to the bottom. All right, that's what I got for you on the old Crude Ski and Natty Gas. I'll be back today after pit close, 2:30. We will do a little bit more in-depth on crude and natural gas. And remember, that CPI report out today at 8:30 going to be very, very key for the inflation numbers. And then at 4:30 today, we have the API numbers. All right, thanks for watching.